See this guy, I don't know what I said.
I think that's one of the more outrageous comments that anyone could make.
I'm the only one that matters.
Listen to this. I want you to hear this. This makes me insane.
One of the great memories of all time. I don't remember much about that meeting. Don't remember much about it.
I'm not aware of any of those activities.
He's a traitor, a no-good traitor.
How many times do I have to answer this question?
That is an answerable question.
How many times do I have to answer this question?
This makes me insane.
I'm the only one that matters. Yeah, the one that matters is me. I'm the only one that matters.
This makes me insane.
I'm the only one that matters. I'm the only one that matters. I'm the only one that matters.
This makes me insane.
The fake news said, the fake news. You are fake news.
Will he keep his promise?
People have got to know whether or not they're presidents of Trump.
Ding, 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 ding. As far as hacking, I think it was Russia.
I have never obstructed justice.
And a lot of people are disappointed in the Justice Department, including me.
Message to the families in America who've been struggling paycheck and paycheck.
All you can do is you have to do what you have to do. Bingo.
I'm not aware of any of those activities.
There is absolutely no collusion. That has been proven.
I'm the only one that matters. Yeah, the one that matters is me.
I am the deciding vote.
This is going to cost me a fortune, this thing. Believe me. This is not good for me. Me, it's not so. I have some very wealthy friends. Not so happy with me, but that's okay. You know, I keep hearing Schumer, deuces for the wealthy. Well, if it is, my friends don't know about it.
My view of this, if we can't sell this to the American people, we ought to go into another line of work.
As part of this reform, we will eliminate the carried interest deduction, well-known deduction, and other special interest loopholes that have been so good for Wall Street investors and for people like me, but unfair to American workers. The hedge fund guys won't like me as much as they like me right now. I know them all, but they'll pay more. I know people that are making a tremendous amount of money and paying virtually no tax, and I think it's unfair.
It's not going to happen. Never.
I hate to say this, but we essentially repealed Obamacare.
I am the deciding vote.
I'm doing the right thing, and it's not good for me, believe me.
Ding, ding, ding,
I'm the
ding.
only one that matters. Yeah, the one that matters is me.
And that's going to trump this hyperbolic, crazy left rhetoric we're getting every day.
God bless the United States. Thank you.
People have got to know whether or not they're presidents of Trump.
Will he keep his promise? Tax reform will protect low-income and middle-income households, not the wealthy and well-connected. The rich will not be gaining at all with this plan. We're looking for the middle class, and we're looking for jobs. I think the wealthy will be pretty much where they are. Pretty much where they are. In all fairness, this is going to cost me a fortune, this thing. Believe me. This is not good for me. Me, it's not so. I have some very wealthy friends. Not so happy with me, but that's okay. And God bless the United States. Thank you.
And that's going to trump this hyperbolic, crazy left rhetoric we're getting every day.
Bingo.
You know, you would think he would aspire to be the President of the United States and act like a President of the United States, but, you know, that's just not going to be the case, apparently.
I'm automatically attracted to beautiful. I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet. I don't even do it. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything. Whatever you want. Grab them by the pussy. I can do anything.
So with that, I'm going to ask Ben Carson, and you can stay if you want it, because you need the prayer more than I do, I think. You may be the only ones. Maybe a good, solid prayer, and they'll be honest, Ben. Is that possible?
And God bless the United States. I'm the one that matters. I'm the only one that matters. I'm the only one that matters.
You have to do what you have to do.
I am the deciding vote.
What you can do is you have to do what you have to do. I will restore law and order. Mr. Bannon came on very much later than that, and I like him. He's a good man. He is not a racist, I can tell you that. He's a good person. He actually gets a very unfair press in that regard. But we'll see what happens with Mr. Bannon. Bingo. I'm the only one that matters. Yeah, the one that matters is me. In all fairness, this is going to cost me a fortune, this thing. Believe me. This is not good for me. As far as hacking, I think it was Russia. This is not good for me. There is absolutely no collusion. That has been proven.
My view of this, if we can't sell this to the American people, we ought to go into another line of work.
And that's going to trump this hyperbolic, crazy left rhetoric we're getting every day.
People have got to know whether or not their presidents are crooked.
Certainly I'll see what happens, but when they have no collusion and nobody's found any collusion at any level, it seems unlikely that you'd even have an interview. We are just getting started. Believe me. 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 There's been no collusion. There's been no crime. But we have been very open.
Purposefully misleading the American people.
The FBI and the Department of Justice created a fraud.
I have never obstructed justice.
Oh, are you happy you voted for me? You are so lucky that I gave you that privilege.
This is utter madness.
I took it as a direction. Right. I mean, this is the President of the United States, with me alone, saying, I hope this. I took it as, this is what he wants me to do.
I'd like to punch him in the face, I'll tell you.
I think he's a kook. I think he's crazy. I think he's unfit for office.
I love the old days. You know what they used to do to guys like that when they were in a place like this? They'd be carried out on a stretcher, folks. There's been no collusion. There's been no crime. And in theory, everybody tells me I'm not under investigation.
The solution is to end the foolishness.
I said to myself, I said, you know, this Russia thing with Trump and Russia is a made-up story. Russia is fake news. This is fake news put out by the media. Over the past year, I have committed many crimes, so many crimes. I'm all kinds of traitor.
This is the greatest country in the world. But we do have some really stupid people representing it from time to time.
I think it's a disgrace what's happening in our country. And when you look at that, and you see that, and so many other things, what's going on, a lot of people should be ashamed of themselves, and much worse than that.
An alleged cabal of senior FBI people organized to disrupt the Trump presidency from within the government.
A bunch of virulently anti-Trump officials at the FBI, corruption at the highest levels of the FBI and that secret society, a corrupt and out-of-control FBI.
The deep state is in full control over there. An American citizen is having his civil liberties violated.
This is the worst period in the history of the Bureau, much worse than the late Hoover period when they were spying on domestic groups.
No collusion, no obstruction.
This week, though, the White House apparently has a newfound admiration for the FBI.
Putin even sent me a present, beautiful present. I believe that President Putin really feels, and he feels strongly, that he did not meddle in our election.
Did you at any time urge former FBI Director James Comey to close or to back down the investigation into Michael Flynn? And also, as you look back...
No. Next question.